We move from a high feature a discouraged spot, then back to a high point. It seems we recently hit our most noteworthy expense target, which was 0. Right now, the most compelling thing I really want for Bitcoin is to have a lower low. If we have changed our blunder in counting altitude, and it is careful now, we are centering. Furthermore, you can see here, just a touch of lower than our last low, is a huge level of help for the day. Moreover, recall that I referred to it a portion of a month earlier. Bitcoin has tremendous heap of money open at the level it dropped to already. Accordingly, we were analyzing the manner by which Bitcoin forged ahead up without any breaks. This shows that no one has sold their Bitcoin at this specific expense as of now. Alright, Fibonacci extension beginning with 1 point, then on to the following. Similarly, the most raised degree of assist we with canning proposition will be here at this point. Besides, we have gigantic heap of money, 34,000 US dollars, and we are placing 200 US dollars in Bitcoin. Subsequently, what we can say right presently is that expecting the expense of Bitcoin goes down, and accepting it starts hitting our critical assistance levels. We understand that a tangled fix is going on. Puzzled fix. This WXY is likely going to end around here. We are guessing that the expense of Bitcoin ought to reach $40,000 after we wrap up carrying out specific enhancements. Right now, I really want to highlight something essential. We are seeing a bullish CDD uniqueness happening. We are seeing a more unobtrusive low on our CDD marker. Bitcoin is making an exceptional disappointment. The current second, this is a positive sign. The present moment, we are seeing that the expense of Bitcoin is being held. Subsequently, by and large, this shows that Bitcoin is most likely going to go up in regard. This second, we are at this point going up on the hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour time spans. Certainly picking what is going on in this particular locale. In spite of the way that we just analyzed our WXY correction, it's basic to appreciate that you are clashing with the example assuming you really want to enter one more short or sell here. However, expecting you acknowledge that Bitcoin will forge ahead down, and we will finish our amendment with incredible bet the board, then we can ponder selling at a check locale. On the hourly diagram, we will at first find where our volume is. Along these lines, when we look at the best expenses and how much was traded, we can see that the most generally perceived cost and the high worth locale are around 27,200 USD. Here, a little unfortunate reaction, then a positive reaction, then, at that point, another negative reaction. It seems like the district around 37,000 will be an outrageous area to move past this second. In the event that you want to exchange something short, make sure to set a stop hardship since we are clashing with the example. I will put the stop mishap over our beyond most essential point and go all in lower low, which will give us a fair bet to repay extent. As of late, we found one more level of resistance at 27,897 US dollars. This will be our new level. If we, honestly, go over the gold Fibonacci extent, we are probably wanting to reliably break our previous highs. That is the explanation we need to use a stop mishap if Bitcoin will go underneath our gold Fibonacci extent. By and by, in direct terms, this one looks positive. Our CDD marker shows that we are holding at a comparative rate. Expecting we use our money stream indicator, so going from our swing high, back towards our swing low, back towards our swing high, it is by all accounts that our most vital some kind of an expense target was by then hit, which was our 0.618 Fibonacci extension. Be that as it may, I, in all honesty, should see a lower low to be outlined on our Y wave. So, if we are looking for a lower low on our Y wave, we are essentially looking for us to break the low of our W wave, right? Likewise, our next target, expecting we know this, is truly going to be definitively facilitated Fibonacci at 34,750. The primary thing that I want to see right now for Bitcoin to be molded is fundamentally going to be a lower low. Accepting our WXY change is right on the right altitude count, we are right currently zeroing in on. Besides, what you can see here, fairly under our past low, we truly have our everyday reach from time frame area of help, another indispensable level. What's more, besides remember, a little while earlier, I recently examined it. Bitcoin has a lot of liquidity unequivocally underneath our past LOW. In all honesty. Besides, maybe I even have a coordinator of liquidity unequivocally on here. So you can see we were talking about consecutive lows being formed when Bitcoin was pushing towards the possible increase, which basically right presently infers none of the liquidity at this specific area has truly been taken. So, adjusted Fibonacci extension. Furthermore, our ordinary high time frame area of assist will with being unequivocally on here. Furthermore, also, even our basic liquidity levels, unequivocally 34,000, we ought to just say $200 on Bitcoin are being said definitively on here. Subsequently, what we can right at present say, expecting Bitcoin goes lower. If Bitcoin is truly going to start hitting our gigantic assistance districts here, we know, alright, complex correction is happening. Complex change, this WXY is in all probability fulfillment around this specific district. Moreover, we can be looking for a brand new extensive request by position considering the way that after our cure is finished here, we are for the most part probably looking towards the 40,000 US dollars district on Bitcoin to be hit, as a matter of fact. By and by, something fundamental that I want to raise the present moment, we are molding a bullish CDD uniqueness. We are outlining a lower low on our CDD pointer, while Bitcoin is outlining a sparkling clean higher low. So this right as of now is actually a bullish difference. We are right as of now seeing some maintenance happening in the Bitcoin esteem itself. So this here in general is a bullish Bitcoin sign. By and by, we need to understand that right now we are at this point forming or truly trading a tremendous upswing on the 1 hourly, on the 2 hourly, on the 4 hourly time span. We are in a basic rise. So clearly going with a short or a sound circumstance at this specific locale. Notwithstanding the way that we just examined our WXY correction, you need to understand that you are clashing with the example expecting that you will enter an immaculate short or a sell here. Nonetheless, if that you truly have conviction that Bitcoin will drop lower, and we are truly going to complete our WXY cure with genuine bet the leaders, to be sure, we can regardless be wanting to go with a short or a sell, and we can be looking for a short or a sell at an area of obstacle. In a way. On the 1 hourly time span we will, first of all, perceive where we genuinely have our volume level. In this manner, assessing the entire upper expense fragment with volume, our place of control, and the value district high will come up at around 27,200 US dollars. Also, Fibonacci retracement, from swing high back to our swing low, it is by all accounts gold Fibonacci extent changing perfectly with our place of control, and moreover I would truly say, rather lower. We genuinely have some kind of an unquestionable level on the 1 hour time span, considering the way that at this specific locale, we have gotten a lot of reactions in the Bitcoin esteem itself. Here, very slight reaction towards downside, reaction towards the possible increase, reaction towards the impediment. So it is by all accounts that overall, area of around 37,000, maybe possibly higher is right currently going to be an area of check. Yet again, so if you will look for a short or a sell here, guarantee you are setting a stop disaster since we are clashing with the example, and I, honestly, will be basically putting the stop hardship over our X wave, over our past high, centering, as referred to already, a perfect lower low, which is positively going to give us a significant bet to compensate. Extent. By and by, to the extent that another level of deterrent that was certified yesterday was clearly our brand new everyday level, which was avowed exactly at 27,897 US dollars. This here is fundamentally going to be our perfect level. Nonetheless, if we, to be perfectly honest, will go over the gold Fibonacci extent, we are then fundamentally looking towards our everyday, and in all likelihood similarly for us to break our previous highs. Yet again, that is the explanation. Clearly, we should put a stop incident expecting Bitcoin will start breaking our gold Fibonacci extent. As of now, to the extent that this one here looks bullish. CDD pointer, we are directly in a condition of concordance maintenance. If we go, for example, with our money stream pointer and moreover with our MACD marker on the 2 hourly time span, in like manner both of them are bullish. Lower low on the money stream, lower low on the MACD, higher low on Bitcoin. Bullish mystery dissimilarity being formed on the 2 hourly time span on the money stream, and besides on the MACD marker. While on the 4 hourly time span, we are forming a negative divergence, higher high, lower high. So I would concur that to the extent that the markers this second, we are seeing a couple going against messages. We can't really choose with a high probability if we go up, then again, if we are basically going to move towards downside. By and by, again, as we regularly say, the assistance locales, we are looking for quite a while. So cog where we move from a high feature a discouraged spot, then, back to a high point. It seems we recently hit our most noteworthy expense target. After a significant rising, the value of Bitcoin is out of the blue dropping down to a level where it has been maintained beforehand. The current video about Bitcoin's worth conjecture will analyze the motivation behind why we can anyway guess that the expense ought to go higher, whether or not it drops lower first. Be that as it may, preceding whatever else, What are we going to look at? It seems like all the critical assistance districts for Bitcoin were broken yesterday. As of late, we looked at how much trading and saw that the most extreme expense was around $37,300. Furthermore, considering history and how expenses have moved beforehand, it seems like this locale has been a critical level. Each time we attempted this level, the expense brought down back. Bitcoin is attempting the level of help. Yet again, we haven't seen a great deal of improvement, and we truly dropped even lower. Our expenses are exorbitant. Right when the expense plunges under 37,450, we start looking at the cheaper reach. This low worth district got no reactions here. We forged ahead down towards the main levels of the day. Presently, why is this level left over a comparative? Since there are many components getting together. Just from where we started to where we are as of now, are euphoric and powerful people. In addition, we can moreover use the ordinary worth not set in stone considering the month-to-month potential gains of the things. I haven't shared this on YouTube or Twitter as of now, yet I will show it to you now. Could we inspect the ongoing second? The Elliott with counting. The current second, we are sensible seeing how the expense of Bitcoin is developing. Several days earlier, we recently discussed it. Bitcoin wrapped up, we have finished the B wave, and it seems like we finished the C Elliott wave moving downwards too. In any case, this second, we are experiencing solid areas for an in help. All things considered, things are not exactly as direct as A, B, C, yet rather more like WXY. We ought to start now with our L twofold combo wave using our WXY. Because we finish our A, B, C here, we can essentially say this will be. We as of now, in case Bitcoin progresses forward down, it is essentially moving in a plummeting bearing. In this way, there will be an ABC plan in our W, and probably in our X wave and Y wave too. Thusly, it seems like we are at this point screwing with how people feel. Right when the market went up, everyone, including myself, felt quite a bit better and certain. I accepted I wanted to get one more hero high since it looked great when I checked it out. We looked perfect and felt certain when we out of the blue went up fast. However, for the present, expecting the expense keeps on falling, WXY will most likely be the right count. In this way, if we use the Fibonacci time gadget and look at the continuous time, we want to find the relationship between our W wave and our Y wave. In light of everything, we are using an instrument to measure the W wave and setting the third move in the direction of the start of the Y wave after the X wave. Along these lines, it seems like Bitcoin could go down in the near future, maybe until the 21st of November. In the year 2023. If we keep on coming these lines, we could keep on moving sideways and a little lower in the accompanying several extended lengths of time. We desire to show up at our 1-to-1 Fibonacci level and hit our next huge expense targets. From now on, people will likely make some separation from being exorbitantly voracious and could attempt to become cautious or suspicious. This is in light of the fact that we will show up at fundamental assistance levels. People could calculate our total will go under 30,000, yet we understand that we have a ton of money open. In any case, we ought to look at our future expense centers before we examine the specific expenses with Fibonacci. After a basic sway, Bitcoin is as of now seeing a surprising excusal into our assistance locale. In the present Bitcoin cost assumption video, we'll examine the reason why we should anyway guess that new highs ought to be made, whether or not we right now first continue to drop lower. Notwithstanding, above all, what we will see. It really is by all accounts that all of our imperative assistance districts yesterday on Bitcoin were tragically broken towards impediment. All we did yesterday, assessing the entire upper expense action with our volume, we saw that we truth be told do have our value district high and moreover our place of control at around $37,300. Similarly, by and large talking and looking at our irrefutable expense movement, it really appears like that this specific district was a crucial level because every single time we retested the level, we got a reaction back towards drawback. Bitcoin started to retesting our assist with evening out here. We haven't precisely gotten any critical reactions towards the possible increase, and we just dropped even lower back underneath our value district high. Exactly when we plunge under our value locale high under 37,450, we started looking towards the value district low. This value locale low moreover unfortunately didn't hold no reactions here. We continue to drop even lower towards the everyday high term time frame levels. $5,500. Besides, why is this level on the spot holding since we truly have numerous conjunctions? Unequivocally on here, from our swing low back to our swing high splendid people. Ordinarily show generally at our everyday high term time span, area of help. Furthermore, we could apply our month-to-month regard-weighted ordinary expense. You will see that it is moreover going to land generally at the goal Fibonacci extent, and besides around at our everyday high-term stretch of time area of help. So I truly feel that right as of now you're asking yourself, is Bitcoin already going to continue with its way towards the possible addition, or could we anytime, maybe first expect another push down before another tremendous move towards the potential increase can be expected on the Bitcoin esteem itself? What I will show you right now, I haven't bestowed to you in any YouTube accounts, and besides